Our top tier teams rate a lot higher than some of our middle to lower of the pack. It's just going to be the Orianna, no surprises there, no real shock, and we obviously do hope that this isn't answered by Azir, but I am...
Or Zyra Khan.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too great about it. The Senna does actually get picked up, so in that light, the Nautilus makes sense, and I will not speak, because if I speak, it will be pretty...
Caitlyn Lux responds to the Senna as Carey is shaking his head. Probably about something else, I would imagine.
Yeah, this is why we were kind of afraid coming into this matchup. There's a lot of teams that will see the Senna and handshake with a scaling or outranging pick. Lux Caitlyn does outskill, but it's also one of the most oppressive lanes that basically doesn't allow you to make any mistakes. So, Samver and Palu in their first game going up against the Caitlyn Lux of...
The Jarvan does get selected. And as you mentioned, Zeus with the blind pick. Will he just go towards that Aatrox? Or will we see something else? And what is Owner playing? Especially with yet another jungler taken away. I think Poppy is probably fine. Briar is not.
It's not real.
Oh no. Oh no.
Zeus saw that King got a lot of attention. He's like, no! Not allowed.
Not another one. Not in this match.
Yeah. I'm going to be feeling a bit rough about that one. Again, T1 follow the trend. It's going to be Poppy or Sejuani. That's mostly what we have been seeing. And not too surprising if that just ends up being the setup here again.
Doesn't want to play Poppy, but he's playing Poppy.
Doesn't have a choice. As Morgan could go for the Aatrox here. Has just been a both a blind and as a counter pick. Just, it's been fine, I think, because Gideon did actually get his...
Okay.
I take it back. You did not take that.
Trying to get on top of Zeus here, and they might be able to kill him. Yeah, that's pretty easily done. As Gideon immediately from the Wolves just ran straight to the top lane.
As we take another look at this. And... yeah... you're a level down and carry out. Like, you'll still get bullied. It'll still be a tough laning phase, but...
Okay.
There we go.
Faker forced to flash himself. Brute does come down. There's a trap underneath him as well. That's the end. Apollo again. 0-2 at this point, and now 4 plates going into the hands of Guma and Carey. And guess who's here now? Samver does have his flash available. Just going to cleanse it first, but now he is slowly on the run. Owner not giving up, trying to force the flash, but Samver will be ice cold himself.
Specifically, just doesn't... even if this was piloted by 2 like top-level LCK players, this is a really hard matchup. You basically don't get to make mistakes. These guys would just call it from challengers.
Turret's gonna die at 7:30.
Yeah.
Is that legal? Are they just allowed to do that? Is that okay?
This is what you opted into. To an extent, at least.
Here we go over here. That's a long wall to drag him over. But now Gideon's here once again. Zeus, a little bit more fed at this point in terms of items, but it's not gonna matter, as he will be taken out as well. So
to really utilize his goes towards the top, maybe some alcove gaming, but instead he looks for Morgan, who is 2-0. And if it wasn't for the state of the bot lane, I'd be like, okay, bro, looking good. You know what's going to happen instead is Guma and Carrier are going to rotate. And reality is he doesn't die, but he also doesn't get to do anything.
Yeah.
This has to back off. He's going to miss out on a ton of XP.
Oh no. Well, that's the binding to come in. Ignite used on Icaria. Don't think he cares too much about that. As
no, he's not giving up.
More. Yep. Might as well. Flash comes through for Palu. As, again, he will live, just like Samver, but again, that turret's going down.
Yeah, this might be some of the highest amounts of plates take. We might be on some record tracks here, Veldas. I'm not going to lie with this Caitlyn Lux.
But bro, we're going to get the dragon.
Yeah, they're cross-mapping well, but...
yeah. Well, it's not going to go down just yet, but on the next wave it will. As you do see that Samver has gone mid now. And that's something you can do on the Senna. You don't have to stay in this lane with the Ornn. But Guma will be given this entire plate. or turret rather. And yeah, now that's 2 turrets with all the plates gone already at 10 minutes.
Big response. Like, bro's gonna have to basically flip a team fight. But with so many sums available, your execution is going to need to be flawless.
I mean, you've got Ornn, you've got Jarvan.
Yeah.
I feel like at least force the summoners, at least like give them a little bit of relief in that duo lane. You know, put some pressure on. But it's difficult. It's not an easy position where there's like a lot of vision control for T1 as well, just because the entire map basically is winning. Including the mid lane. FAKER ahead about 20 CS. I know this entire game has been about the bottom lane, but does deserve noting. As Morgan is pretty far behind here. He is going to be all-outed by Zeus and nearly just taken down, if not for everybody. Once again, just piling into the Cassante and taking him out. Zeus now 0-3. And now FAKER coming on in, and that will be Keria to take a kill in the trade. Well, that's a lot of flashes that were just pinged.
Hey, they didn't get every plate.
True.
You know, they only got 13 out of 15.
Only 13 out of 15.
I mean, the game isn't over. If Brion gets to give or take 35, 40 minutes,
yeah,
that's a team comp.
Sure we do. We don't have Hextech or Infernal Soul in this game.
New Soul?
New Soul.
New Soul, new us is Gideon. Can he steal it? No, he cannot. I was ready for the handoff, though.
It's Cloud Soul.
Just thinking about how quick Keria with Slay, Shirelli as in Cloud Soul is going to be.
Well, they are going to press their buttons here. The Jarvan goes over the top. FAKER does not have flash, and you know what? They're going to get him. That's a nice little pick off in the mid lane. The Rift Herald is doing insane amounts of damage to that mid lane, by the way, as now they've got another. They've found Owner, as a ton of burst damage does come out here, though, from the bottom duo, and they do take out Karis. It's been a lot of PvE. It's been a lot of stealing of jungle camps, taking over the entire map, taking every objective. And that is what T1's comp is doing with Caitlyn Lux specifically.
So Keria did go for Morello, so you can argue that is not a very efficient use of gold. Does have Ghost and Flash.
It's on Vision. Press that Ornn button.
There we go!
All right. You're going to force the flash. Oh, the predict! The predict from Paulo. Oh! They take it down. Karis with the kill. Huge.
That's how it starts, Valdez.
Uh-oh. Wait, Binding comes through and Gideon's down. And now we got a Shockwave. Everybody's flashing away, but the Sun Turret is up. Gonna help out with that. Keria really just has no chill. Flashing on in. And they're not quite able to dive this turret, though, so that'll be the end of that.
That's how the comeback starts, Valdez. You get the kill, you get the shutdown. Karis' itemization gonna get accelerated. It's only a Cloud Soul.
To Caitlyn Lux, which did not do them any favors. But you are right, Chronicler. There's always a chance that if T1 are maybe a little disrespectful in their play, or if they don't, you know, if they cut some corners or something like that. As we know, T1 are going for the Baron here. Bro do know about this as well.
Look at Owner's ultimate. Gideon can't be allowed near this pit.
Yeah, and he was on Vision there for a moment. Palu with a nice angle on the ult is going to draw some people over to try to deal with him as T1. Still Vision in that pit, as now the knockup's coming in. Karis is just, oh god, he's 100-0. Goodbye. As he will go down, and the turn finally comes through from the side of T1. As they will respect this one. Nice knock up here from Owner. Deny on the dash, and that'll be a second kill now for T1.
And we'll see what T1 wants to do. Might try to push on here. Wave is coming in. Or whether they decide to go towards the Baron anyway. Doesn't look like that is on their mind right now. Instead, going to push. Health bars are a little low. FAKER is tanking.
Yeah, they're just pushing through the turret. They don't even care. They got that root onto the Ornn, and they were following up on it. But it is just going to be the inhibitor going down. As Zeus is still getting in there, just trying to take out Samber. And that was not going to work.
Limits.
Calm down a little bit.
Now, what I'm wondering is, Cassante is dead for 30 seconds. Do bro.
Yes.
Do the thing. I think they have to. I think you go for it.
Do the Baron.
They gotta do it. Oh, I think he gets to the back. Owner doesn't get to back. Is Poppy, so we'll be able to make his way out. But they have great Baron damage. Jarvan flag in his ear.
I mean, yeah. Absolutely send it. That's another binding. They're trying to turn here on a Faker, but no follow-up. A little bit late as Gideon is going to go down, and the damage isn't quite there. Faker's arm guard, and the massive wombo comes in finally from the side of T1. As Zeus is given enough time to also TP back on in, and that's a triple kill for Guma. And Samvert going to be sniped, but he is going to survive.
Love that. Actually keeps his perfect KDA alive by dropping the ward so he can get the Q off. I do think that's the end of the game, but you know, Samvert,
hey,
he did well. Then die. Bro, they went for the big play, and I think they had to, but...
I think they should have just flipped it.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, just flip it. Don't even turn. As T1 are going to, also just boost those damage numbers as it is a T1 victory in game number 1. And it was quite a dominant one. He's going to get his hands onto this Varus. We saw what Deft was able to do on this pick in the last series that we did have. So let's see if Samvert can do the same.
With the new itemization, the lethality Varus is back from really a pretty bad position that it was in previously. While simultaneously, as we saw, particularly when you compare it with pair it rather with a good enchanter, a lot of opportunities to go for the on-hit variety. It is more dependent on you having a front line, but if you do, the DPS output is really not on the same level, and we'll see what the Senna is going to be. And I'm wondering if this is because the expectation is this is a preemptive Talia for Karis, who is definitely going to go Azir. But it might also be for Keria or for Owner, which I don't think is going to be the case. I'm optimistic, Valdez. I see you looking, you're like, no, let's. It's blind, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can flex it, sure, but I don't think in this day and age. I think in the jungle it's not that bad. And I guess Keria can play anything, so yeah. Maybe.
I knew you'd come around.
But
no, I know. It's probably just a blind pick, which Karis picks the Tristana into. Rel is obviously a flex pick as well. Could be for Gideon, could also be for the Varus here. We'll see where they end up going with this. We haven't seen Rel support really for quite a while. There are some flex potentials on the side of Brian as well, but that's when you get into really esoteric matchups like going Tristana, Rel bot, flexing your Varus to another lane, which I don't think is what we're going to see here today.
Probably not, no. I wouldn't think so. Sejuani looking to come through here. Nope.
Like you can do the really cool combo, you know, where you put the root from Senna on a minion and then Cyan like froze the minion. It's cool. It's fun. It's fast. It's Cyan.
You should have gotten into marketing.
I don't think I should have, Valdez.
Well,
you know I'm not a very good salesman.
Well, you sold that one pretty well. Cassante is the choice, and Karthus is not. Gragas, okay.
Okay, Gideon. I don't think Gragas is necessarily in the best of spots, but I do think it's fun. You know, it's entertaining. Zeus is like, guys, please, I'll redeem myself for my game or ask Cassante. I would love to see a Zeus Nar. This is also one of the picks he loves. We'll see if it's actually this and not like Cyan and then Zac support, but I imagine that this should be Zeus playing it.
Yeah.
And in theory, even though we haven't seen a lot of it, we know Zeus likes to play it. Zac is really good into tanks, and the itemization right now for tanks is pretty silly.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Zac is great selection. I'm happy with Zac in any scenario.
If he...
Yeah, we're eating well in this one. And Zeus is just going to come in here and say hello. Zac is pretty good in the jungle.
He's just farming grass attacks.
He's just... okay, he almost got that. Not quite, though, as Palu's getting in there. He's going to force Guma to cleanse and flash as well, as Palu and Samber getting the upper hand in the bottom.
We'll see. Paris is on his way.
I mean, Gideon might just die unless he body slams. Nope, not going to happen. Flash forward, then he body slams. Blocked by Owner, has to flash himself, but here comes Morgan. And now, oh god, that's going to be a bit of a rough feel, but Owner gets in there, and the stretching strikes are perfect, and now Carr is desperate for a kill. He does get the one, and he actually gets over the wall, and then he dies.
And that's kind of why I'm like, I know in theory that the Tristana is like strong in general, but I feel like into Talia, if it ever goes even slightly wrong, you don't actually have that much threat the way you do against a lot of other mates because of the E. Oh, Karis, no!
Oh, the ult comes in, and it's a solo kill!
Never mind.
From Karis.
I take it back!
Chronicler with the epic curse in the mid lane. I don't know how you managed that one. They weren't even on screen.
What happened there was Faker was thinking the same thing I was. And Carr was like,
yeah.
But hey, hear me out. The cooldown on your E is way longer than it is on my W.
Getting in here, that's an ignite on Takaria. He's in a lot of trouble. The flash forward onto the minions just to try to hit 6 perhaps, and it's not going to amount to too much. That's another kill here for Bro, as over comes Faker trying to get some revenge onto Gideon, who's on top of the rocks and gets knocked back, and Faker will pick up that kill. Oh, there you go! 3,000th kill! First time ever! Faker will be the first to do it, and more milestones to come in the future, no doubt.
And as we can see as well, the person who's even remotely close is Deft, who's like, what, 300, some 300, like 60, 70 kills behind.
Yeah.
So not going to approach it anytime soon. If only he had never left us, maybe he would be closer.
Yeah.
But he did.
He walled in.
Yeah.
A little flashy.
Good communication with Owner.
And again, down on the bottom side, just, oh, look at this. Owner's going to go down too. Bro, they're fighting with them this time. Area getting pretty low. A couple more autos. There it is, the Q to finish him off. And this bottom lane is being dominated by Bro right now.
This is looking pretty good, Valdez.
Now Zeus through the wall. He's got Gideon nearby, and that should be a kill.
OTP?
Yeah. Car's getting pretty low, but yeah. Okay, that was a little close, but it's fine. Gideon. Okay. It's a lot of rocks that were on the ground. Owner just going to go forward because he can't really go anywhere else. And now he's going to flash away, actually. After all of that, here comes Palu. Looking for it. The slow came in. The ignite. Is it enough? As the flash forward, he nearly got him. Samber trying to style on multiple T1 members today.
You gotta. If you have the opportunity to solo kill Faker, you gotta go for it. He doesn't end up hitting. But Breon playing with some
gusto.
With gusto. Now, and this is kind of the the problem is that when it comes to the plates, when it comes to the map movement, and when it comes to DCS, we still see that T1 is still sitting on a gold lead. Also going to go up to 6 Krugs here. But I don't want to focus on that, fellas. I don't want to take away from the fun. This game is legitimately really nicely done, but I think I really want to hone in particular here on the bottom duo, because for you to come in...
Light versus dark.
Zach is light, right?
Yeah, well, the Sunfire ran.
Yeah, I guess. Is it like the radiance of the moon then?
The hollow radiance?
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know.
Thematically, that makes sense. It could be.
I was just talking about the purple, but either way, we do have a fight down in the river here, as actually a lot of damage going in to Owner as he oversteps his bounds, as now Palu just going to end that Q, and he gets away with his life as well. Ult comes through, and Palu going to dodge that one as well. And bro, they're working towards this Ocean Drake.
And that is another dragon, or rather a dragon, another dragon taken. First dragon that goes over to Bro, as we have Mountain Soul coming through here. Would be eventually reaches a point, but that's very far into the future. So really these Drakes are going to be very important for either team here.
Absolutely. Any team can do it on the right day. And for now, it's looking pretty good in the second game. game number 1, maybe they just were like, okay, well, we don't have a lot of pressure. Let's just try our best, and sometimes that's when our teams play their best, you know, shake off some of those nerves. It's now this Rift-Herald fight coming on in, not going to be stolen, and now Owner in a lot of trouble. Look at that CC chain, was so clean, but immediately Gideon is going to go down, and now Zeus has joined the fight. Going to make quick work of that Varus as Morgan trying to do a repeat of what we have seen from Cassante from time to time. There's a lot of dodging there on the knockups, but there is just so much on the side of T1 as well. Slow coming in, and can they actually kill the Cassante? Yes, they can, with the help of their Zap.
And the initial collapse onto Owner looks amazing as...
Well, yeah, they're gonna probably get followed. Probably, maybe not. Guma's really getting in there. He
Guys!
really wants to kill this Rel.
It's just a Rel, just get the wave! Oh my god.
The root's gonna come in, that's
Paulo!
TP, and Paulo gets out. Karis now looking for more. That's a giant Seraph shield, but maybe Guma's not as lucky, as there's also Gragas who did come in here, and they will be shut down.
Still deathless, baby! He got out! Why did they not just pull the wave? Could have killed him ages ago. T1, you know, they still have a free or 2.5k gold lead. I don't think that...
Yeah, this is going to be a problem because now you just get your pick of who you want to jump on.
Not Samver.
It's going to be Samver. Right? Ooh,
oh, he might be in the pit.
Yeah, he's behind, trying to get on top of this Varus, but he gets away. Samver's totally fine, and Owner is not really able to do much. He does stay alive for an incredibly long amount of time, but now Zeus in a bit of trouble trying to get the burst here onto Samver, and yes, he will! As the Zac, as I mentioned, he's pretty unkillable. They don't even have any Mountain Drakes at this point. And now, they can take their first one.
Last game it was Zeus. This game it's Owner. There has to be a sacrificial lamb. Someone has to be given to the pros, Valdez. And this time around, as Baron takes a look at Dragon getting taken down, it is Owner. And ends up going in with the last little bit of his health. Zeus finds the turnaround. Samver showing why Tom Kench is really as popular as he is.
Double amount of burst damage.
Yeah, he did, like, I think, flash really short E into immediate W ult.
Yeah. W ult W.
Yeah.
And yeah, even without any damage items, you're still gonna do a huge amount.
So,
actually, yeah.
Actually keeps his turret alive. Good for him. It's nice.
Worth.
Yeah, I mean, it's lots of spellbook, right? So definitely worth. Who gets the crook? I think
it was a Zac.
Zac? Yeah.
We've seen that fight happen many a time. They were looking for someone to get up here, but Bro were a little bit behind the play. Now they're going to try to make their own play with TP coming in. Seismic Shove is nearly going to one-shot a Cassante. That's how you know they did a lot of damage. As Zeus is in there behind them as well with his own TP. The wall is perfect, actually. In goes Zeus. Did he go too far this time? Yes, he did. As Faker does have TP, though, and can save him. Will they even use it or need it? Looks like they don't need it, as that will be the end of Samver, who tried his best to stay alive.
Oh, and the teleport there from Morgan. Attempt to turn around would have been big. But you see Gideon, he was looking for the combo onto Guma. He flashed immediately, so there wasn't really a way to knock back this Senna. And then, unfortunately for Morgan, not even Cassante is happy when he teleports into the waiting arms of a Vi and Talia. That's going to be the Baron now taken out. And T1 had their fun with this one. I think Brion did a much better job, particularly a great bounce back after game number 1, but swallow the T. That kind of works.
Yeah. Well, we do have 85 stacks for Guma. This is also a thing we're
it was funny, Velvet.
We're looking at. And T1 are just pushing bot.
Yeah.
The Baron.
Bounties are up. Gold lead has gotten pretty substantial here. We'll see if Brion can kill Owner again.
They're trying to find someone to engage on, but Harry just, oh, that's the combo. There it is. And now Samver, oh no! You poor 80 carry in 2024. Yeah, he didn't last very long there. And now Faker's in the base. He's going to miss his W. Pretty just straight up. I mean, Karis was walking in a straight line. But, you know, it's all good. I think T1 and FAKER will be totally fine to take this win regardless.
Keria has barely been in this game, but he got to do the thing that you play Science Senna for. He got to land the combo.
He did the thing. Oh, Zeus with the flash in, trying to make a play here with Owner. They do have some backup from their Senna, I suppose. Owner getting pretty low, and he is not going to go down to the Tristana. And Zeus just will not be stopped. He just keeps on going in, keeps on jumping forward. T1 looking to take down their second inhibitor.
Yeah, playing Zac when you're ahead is about the best feeling you can get, particularly for the style that T1 likes to play. Very far on the front foot, not going for the end here. Still respecting the fact that Samver is alive. We have T1 very happy to go in aggressively here. Owner ends up getting taken very low, but just barely not going to go down as, oh no, Morgan.
Yeah. Owner just misses
Wait,
Q, or was he trying to dodge the knockout? Oh, the reinforcements, and Owner is dead again, and Morgan! Of course, we should have seen this coming.
He knew.
It is Cassante after all.
Guys, you gotta get out of there.
No,
they don't
fine.
know. They don't know. Oh, now they know.
It's fine.
It's not fine, Valdez.
I'll just back away.
This is a Zac player right besides me saying it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You definitely won't slingshot over the wall. Oh. Perhaps the TP.
The flank. Oh, that's a pretty big one. Nicely done by Palu. The follow-up is pretty strong, but they're not going to kill anyone just yet as Keria gets away. FAKER's pretty low. The Q's go in the opposite direction. And nobody can really do damage to Zeus after all of this, as now he's actually the damage dealer, and Guma's just on the run. And Zeus is still at full health. That's going to be the end of this fight and the end of this game, as Palu will stay alive.
Good Hail Mary there from Brion. You got to go for it. A little bit disjointed on the combo there, but nice attempt nonetheless. As Palu desperately trying, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah. Nice try. Nice showing from our new bottom lane from the pro side, as Palu nicely done on the wraparound there. Not going to be taken out as well. Are they going to be able to end the game? I guess they're not. As Zeus now is up against 3 people, and he's going to be taken out. So the game is not over.
Let this be a warning sign. Never celebrate too much, chat.
This happens in SoloQ, you lose that game. Oh no, Palu's almost dying to the minions. As, yeah, this Nexus is extremely low. T1, they had their fun.
It's standing, Valdez. It's not down yet.
It's alive. Look at it.
Which is a little bit slow. I think if they perfectly layer it there, and for example, Guma gets the opportunity to flash now, that could have actually been a definitely game and delaying fight coming out from Brion, but unfortunately, just a little bit disjointed. Palu is a little bit earlier than the rest of the team, and I can't fault them because with the TP, they know that the re-engage is coming. The Nexus is standing.
Owner, no chill, just going for the Varus, and that was his job since the beginning, as now gonna take out Karis as well. And that should be the end of this one, guys. 2-0 to the side of T1 as they get it done in